Chapter 1. Awakening from Slumber. The sun was setting over the city, casting a warm orange glow over the bustling streets. I had been wandering aimlessly for hours, lost in thought and memories of my beloved partner, who had passed away just a few months prior. The pain still felt fresh, like an open wound that refused to heal. As I turned a corner, I stumbled upon a small park tucked away from the main thoroughfare. The sound of children's laughter and chirping birds was a balm to my soul, and I found myself drawn to the tranquility of the green space. I settled onto a bench, letting the gentle breeze rustle my hair. That's when I saw him. A young man with piercing blue eyes and a mop of messy brown hair. He was sitting on a nearby blanket, strumming a guitar with a passion that seemed to emanate from his very pores. His music was like nothing I had ever heard before. It spoke directly to my heart. As the last rays of sunlight disappeared, the young musician packed up his instrument and caught sight of me watching him. A shy smile spread across his face, and he approached me with a hesitant step. We exchanged introductions. His name was Jesse, and mine was Henry. Over the next few hours, we talked long into the night, sharing stories and laughter as if we had known each other for years. There was something about Jesse's energy that resonated deeply within me, like a gentle awakening from a prolonged slumber. His eyes sparkled with an inner light that drew me in, making me feel seen and heard in ways I hadn't experienced in years. As the night wore on, our conversation turned to more personal topics, our hopes, fears, and desires. It was as if Jesse's words were awakening something long dormant within me, a sense of desire that had been silenced by grief and routine. His passion and enthusiasm were contagious, infecting me with a newfound sense of excitement and curiosity. The next morning, I found myself thinking about Jesse more often than not. Our chance encounter had left an indelible mark on my heart, rekindling a spark within me that had begun to fade with the passing years. As I went about my daily routine, I couldn't help but wonder what it would be like to explore this newfound desire further. It was then that I realized I had been given a precious gift, the chance to rediscover myself, to re-examine my priorities and values in the face of uncertainty. Henry, the older gentleman, was no more. There was only I, with a heart full of longing and a spirit yearning for connection. I took a deep breath, letting go of the fear and doubt that had long held me back. It was time to take a chance on life again, to follow my desires and see where they might lead. And so, with Jesse's memory still fresh in my mind, I began to rewrite the script of my existence, one filled with possibility, hope, and the promise of new beginnings. The gift of desire had been bestowed upon me, a reminder that it was never too late to awaken from our own personal slumber, to rediscover the passions and longings that once drove us. And as I embarked on this journey of self-discovery, I knew that I would always carry Jesse's music with me, a symphony of hope and possibility that would continue to guide me forward, one beat at a time. Chapter 2. The Melody of Rediscovery. As the days turned into weeks, I found myself slowly re-emerging from the haze of grief. Jesse's music continued to resonate within me, serving as a constant reminder of the gift of desire that had been bestowed upon me. His melodies became my solace, my comfort, and my motivation. I began to take small steps towards rediscovering myself, exploring new hobbies and interests that I had long neglected. The world around me was full of vibrant colors, sounds, and smells, but it was the music that remained at the forefront of my mind. One afternoon, while browsing through a local record store, I stumbled upon Jesse's latest album. His name was etched on the cover in bold letters, Echoes of Dawn. The title track caught my attention, its haunting beauty drawing me in like a moth to flame. As I listened to the song, memories of our night together flooded back, and I felt my heart skip a beat. It was then that I decided to take another chance on life. I would attend one of Jesse's upcoming concerts, hoping to recapture some of the magic we had shared in that park. The prospect of seeing him again both thrilled and terrified me, but I knew it was necessary for my own growth. The night of the concert arrived, and I found myself standing outside the venue, my heart pounding with anticipation. As I pushed open the door, the sounds of Jesse's guitar filled the air, drawing me in like a magnet. I took a deep breath, steeling myself for what lay ahead. As I made my way to the front row, our eyes met. his piercing blue gaze locking onto mine with an intensity that left me breathless. The music swirled around us, transporting us back to that fateful night in the park. It was as if time had stood still, and we were once again two strangers turned friends. After the concert, Jesse approached me, a warm smile spreading across his face. We talked long into the night, sharing stories of our journeys since that first meeting. His music had become my solace, my guiding light in the darkness. As the night wore on, I realized that I was no longer the same man who had lost his partner just months prior. Jesse's gift of desire had awakened something within me, a sense of possibility, of hope, and of connection. Our bond grew stronger with each passing day, our paths intertwined like the threads of a rich tapestry. In this moment of rediscovery, I knew that I had been given a second chance at life. The melody of my existence was slowly being rewritten, one beat at a time, as Jesse's music continued to guide me forward into the unknown. 3. The harmony of connection. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, my bond with Jesse deepened. Our conversations became more meaningful, our laughter more contagious, and our silences more comfortable. It was as if we had known each other for years, not just a few short months. Jesse's music continued to be our common thread, binding us together in a way that transcended words. We would spend hours talking about his latest compositions, sharing stories of inspiration and creative struggles. I found myself drawn to his passion, his energy, and his vulnerability. One evening, as we sat on the same park bench where our journey had first begun, Jesse turned to me with a mischievous glint in his eye. "Henry, I have an idea," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "Let's create something together, a song that captures the essence of our connection." My heart skipped a beat as I considered the proposal. It was both exhilarating and terrifying to think about creating art with someone else, but Jesse's enthusiasm was infectious. Together, we began brainstorming ideas, sharing lyrics and melodies, and experimenting with different harmonies. The more we worked together, the more our connection deepened. Our bond became a symphony of trust, understanding, and mutual respect, a harmony that resonated within both of us. It was as if we were two instruments, once separate and distinct, now blending seamlessly into a single, beautiful whole. As we brought our song to life, I realized that Jesse's gift had not only awakened my desire, but also given me the courage to explore new possibilities. Our collaboration became a catalyst for growth, pushing both of us outside our comfort zones and into uncharted territory. The music we created together was like nothing either of us had ever experienced before, a fusion of styles, genres, and emotions that spoke directly to our hearts. It was as if the notes and chords were a manifestation of our connection, a physical representation of the love and respect we shared for each other. In this moment of harmony, I knew that Jesse's gift had not only given me a second chance at life, but also the opportunity to create something new, something beautiful, and something meaningful with someone else. Chapter 4. The Rhythm of Intimacy. As our song neared completion, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and trepidation. Jesse's gift had brought us together in ways that transcended words, and I was beginning to realize that my feelings for him went far beyond friendship. One evening, as we sat on the couch, surrounded by sheets of music and lyrics, Jesse turned to me with a curious expression. "Henry," he said, his voice low and husky, "I think it's time we talked about something more." My heart skipped a beat as I met his gaze. The air seemed to vibrate with tension, like the moments before a storm breaks. "What do you mean?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "I mean, us," Jesse said, his eyes locked onto mine. "I think we've reached a point where our connection goes beyond just music and friendship." My pulse quickened as I felt myself becoming lost in the depths of his gaze. The room seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of us, suspended in a sea of uncertainty. "I feel it too," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. Jesse nodded, a slow smile spreading across his face. "I think we should explore this, whatever it is." The air was electric with anticipation as we leaned in, our lips meeting in a soft, gentle kiss. The world around us melted away, leaving only the two of us, lost in the rhythm of intimacy. As we pulled back, our eyes met once more, and I knew that Jesse's gift had given me something far greater than just a second chance at life. It had given me love. The music we created together was no longer just a song. It was a reflection of our connection, a physical manifestation of the emotions we shared. Our love became the harmony that brought us together, a rhythm that pulsed through every moment we spent together. In this moment of intimacy, I knew that Jesse's gift had changed me in ways that went beyond words. It had given me a new perspective on life, a sense of purpose, and a reason to keep moving forward. Chapter 5: The Beat of Vulnerability. As our relationship blossomed, I found myself opening up in ways I never thought possible. Jesse's gift had given me the courage to be vulnerable, to share my deepest fears and desires with him. One evening, as we sat on the couch, watching the stars twinkle outside, Jesse turned to me with a serious expression. "Henry," he said, his voice low and gentle, "I want you to know that I'm here for you, no matter what. You can tell me anything and I'll do my best to support you." I felt a lump form in my throat as I met his gaze. It was as if he was seeing into the very depths of my soul. "I appreciate that," I said, trying to keep my voice steady. "But there's something I've been wanting to tell you, something I'm scared to share with anyone else." Jesse nodded, his eyes locked onto mine. "I'm listening," he said. And so, I told him about the nightmares, the anxiety, and the feelings of inadequacy that had plagued me for years. I told him about the fear of being trapped in a life that wasn't truly my own. As I spoke, Jesse's face remained calm and compassionate. He listened without judgment, his eyes filled with understanding and empathy. When I finished, he took my hand in his touch warm and reassuring. "You're not alone," he said. "I'm here for you, Henry. We'll face whatever comes our way together." In that moment, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. It was as if Jesse's words had given me permission to be vulnerable, to let go of the fear and shame that had held me back for so long. As we sat there, wrapped in each other's arms, I knew that Jesse's gift had given me something far greater than just a second chance at life. It had given me a sense of belonging, of being seen and heard for who I truly was. The beat of vulnerability pulsed through our relationship, a rhythm that encouraged us to be open, honest, and authentic with each other. And as we navigated the ups and downs of life together, I knew that Jesse's gift would continue to guide us, leading us towards a future filled with love, laughter, and adventure. Chapter 6: The Harmony of Trust. As our relationship continued to blossom, I found myself trusting Jesse more and more. He had proven himself to be a true partner, supporting me through the ups and downs of life. One evening, as we were walking home from dinner, Jesse turned to me with a curious expression. "Henry," he said, his voice low and thoughtful, "I've been thinking about our future together." I felt my heart skip a beat as I met his gaze. What did he mean by that? Was he planning on proposing? "What do you mean?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "I mean, well," Jesse said, hesitating for a moment before continuing, "I want us to be together forever. Will you marry me?" My heart soared as I looked into his eyes, seeing the sincerity and love there. I knew in that moment that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. "Yes," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. "Yes, Jesse, I'll marry you." Jesse's face lit up with joy as he pulled out a small box from his pocket. Inside was a beautiful diamond ring, shining in the evening light. I gasped in amazement as he slid it onto my finger. It fit perfectly, like it had been made just for me. As we hugged and kissed, I knew that Jesse's gift had given us something truly special, a love that would last a lifetime. The harmony of trust pulsed through our relationship, a rhythm that encouraged us to be open, honest, and authentic with each other. And as we stood there, wrapped in each other's arms, I knew that Jesse's gift would continue to guide us, leading us towards a future filled with love, laughter, and adventure. In this moment of trust and commitment, I knew that our love was the real deal, a beat that would go on forever. Chapter 7: The Rhythm of Family. As we began to plan our wedding, I couldn't help but think about how Jesse's gift had brought us together in ways that transcended words. Our love was a beautiful harmony, and I knew that it would only continue to grow stronger with time. The months flew by in a whirlwind of excitement and preparation. We spent hours discussing the details of our special day, from the music to the decorations to the menu. On the morning of our wedding, I woke up feeling like a kid on Christmas morning. Jesse was already awake, sitting on the edge of the bed with a thoughtful expression on his face. "Hey," he said, his voice low and gentle. "I just wanted to say how grateful I am for this moment. You're the most important person in my life, Henry." I smiled, feeling my heart swell with emotion. "You're pretty important to me too, Jesse," I replied. As we got dressed and ready to head out to the ceremony, I couldn't help but think about how far we'd come since that first meeting at the coffee shop. From strangers to soulmates in just a few short years, it was truly amazing. The ceremony itself was a beautiful blur of emotion and love. We exchanged vows and rings, promising to love and cherish each other for all eternity. As we danced our first dance as husband and husband, I felt like the luckiest person alive. Jesse's gift had brought us together in ways that went beyond words or logic. It had given us a love that would last a lifetime. The rhythm of family pulsed through our relationship, a beat that encouraged us to be open, honest, and authentic with each other and those around us. And as we began our new life together, I knew that Jesse's gift would continue to guide us, leading us towards a future filled with love, laughter, and adventure. In this moment of pure joy and happiness, I knew that our love was the real deal, a beat that would go on forever. Chapter 8: The Melody of Life. As we settled into married life, I couldn't help but think about how Jesse's gift had brought us together in ways that transcended words. Our love was a beautiful harmony, and I knew that it would only continue to grow stronger with time. We spent our days exploring the city, trying new restaurants, and laughing together until our sides hurt. We were each other's rock, supporting and encouraging each other every step of the way. One evening, as we were walking home from dinner, Jesse turned to me with a thoughtful expression on his face. "Henry," he said, his voice low and gentle, "I've been thinking about our future together." I felt my heart skip a beat as I met his gaze. What did he mean by that? Was he planning on starting a family? "What do you mean?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Well, Jesse said, hesitating for a moment before continuing, "I think we're ready to take the next step together. Are you?" My heart soared as I looked into his eyes, seeing the sincerity and love there. I knew in that moment that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. "Yes," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. "Yes, Jesse, I'm ready." Jesse's face lit up with joy as he pulled out a small box from his pocket. Inside was a beautiful silver ring, shining in the evening light. I gasped in amazement as he slid it onto my finger. It fit perfectly, like it had been made just for me. As we hugged and kissed, I knew that Jesse's gift had given us something truly special, a love that would last a lifetime. The melody of life pulsed through our relationship, a beat that encouraged us to be open, honest, and authentic with each other and those around us. And as we began our new chapter together, I knew that Jesse's gift would continue to guide us, leading us towards a future filled with love, laughter, and adventure. In this moment of pure joy and happiness, I knew that our love was the real deal, a beat that would go on forever. Chapter 9: The Harmony of Parenthood. As we settled into married life, Jesse and I decided to take the next step together, starting a family. We were both excited and nervous about becoming parents, but we knew that our love for each other would only grow stronger as we navigated this new chapter. After a few months of trying, I found out that I was pregnant. Jesse and I were over the moon with excitement and joy. We had always dreamed of having a family together, and now it was finally happening. As my belly grew, Jesse became more and more involved in the process of preparing for our little one's arrival. He read books on parenting, attended birthing classes with me, and even decorated the nursery with care. When our baby boy Max arrived, we were both overwhelmed with emotion. Holding him in our arms for the first time was like experiencing pure love and joy all at once. As new parents, we quickly learned that being a family of 3 wasn't always easy. There were sleepless nights, diaper blowouts, and tantrums galore. But through it all, Jesse's gift remained strong. His ability to connect with me on a deep level, to understand my needs and wants, and to support me in every way. The harmony of parenthood pulsed through our relationship, a beat that encouraged us to be patient, understanding, and loving towards each other and our little one. And as we navigated the ups and downs of parenting, I knew that Jesse's gift would continue to guide us, leading us towards a future filled with love, laughter, and adventure. In this moment of pure joy and exhaustion, I knew that our family was the real deal, a beat that would go on forever. Chapter 10: The Symphony of Forever. As Max grew older, Jesse and I found ourselves looking back on our journey together. From strangers to soulmates, from partners to parents, we had come a long way. One day, as we were putting Max to bed, Jesse turned to me with a thoughtful expression on his face. "Henry," he said, his voice low and gentle, "I've been thinking about our future together." I felt my heart skip a beat as I met his gaze. What did he mean by that? Was he planning on proposing again? "What do you mean?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "I mean, well," Jesse said, hesitating for a moment before continuing, "I think we've reached the crescendo of our love story. Are you ready to take the next step together?" My heart soared as I looked into his eyes, seeing the sincerity and love there. I knew in that moment that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. "Yes," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. "Yes, Jesse, I'm ready." Jesse's face lit up with joy as he pulled out a small box from his pocket. Inside was a beautiful gold ring, shining in the evening light. I gasped in amazement as he slid it onto my finger. It fit perfectly, like it had been made just for me. As we hugged and kissed, I knew that Jesse's gift had given us something truly special, a love that would last a lifetime. The symphony of forever pulsed through our relationship, a beat that encouraged us to be open, honest, and authentic with each other and those around us. And as we began our new chapter together, I knew that Jesse's gift would continue to guide us, leading us towards a future filled with love, laughter, and adventure. In this moment of pure joy and happiness, I knew that our love was the real deal, a beat that would go on forever.